My mic is all weird. Why you don't want to do what I tell you to do? Am I recording right now? I am. This will be my cold open. 20 minutes of Emily trying to get her mic to sit correctly. There we go.
Kiss me out of the bearded barley.
Welcome all my Creek aficionados to another episode of Jaina Solo Says. I'm your host, Emily, and today we're going to be talking about an oldie but a goodie in terms of TV show magic called Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for this review to be over. Won't you come with me? Let's talk Dawson's Creek. Most of you probably, of like my generation or the generation before me, have probably heard of Dawson's Creek. It was very much a cultural icon at the time, like something that defined that kind of generation. It came out in the 90s, and it was very cute. I wasn't allowed to watch it because it was too risque for my very upright, like Christian, protected, sheltered household. And I was a little young at the time. Like, you don't necessarily let like a 12-year-old watch a show about high school kids thinking about having sex or one coming out of the closet, or it was always done really well, and it was a really well written show. Like these high school kids using, 4-syllable words, like as if any real high school kids know 4-syllable words and would let alone use them in a sentence. But it was a really fun show, basically following two people who became a group of 6 as the show goes on. But Joey and Dawson were 2 kids, boy, girl, who grew up together in Cape Side, Massachusetts. And it's kind of a small town, so everybody knows everybody, and it's their story of growing up. The whole episode starts off when they're like staying at Dawson's house, watching a movie, and it's late, and he says, "You should sleep over like you always do." And Joey's like, "We're 15 now? We're going into high school. We're becoming adults at 15. We can't have this, like, the things can't be the same thing way they always are. We're going to change. We're going to become adults. We're going to have sexual tension or whatever." And Dawson's like, "No, we don't have to change." And it's kind of their story of how they do change, how they grow, their high school, and then later on their college years, and the friends that they kind of interact with who become part of this tight-knit group. And I really, really enjoy it. It's got heart, which is one of the main things. Dawson, the main character, who wants to become a director and loves Steven Spielberg, really focuses on. He likes things with heart, that have meaning, that are missing from things nowadays, which I agree. I think it's even more poignant than ever, because I do feel that things that have heart are hard to find, in cinema, in TV, and movies sometimes. And those are some of my favorite things. So maybe that's why I gravitate toward the show. But it's really fun, funny, cute, it's fluff, but it's got some real meat to it too. Like, they go through a lot of real life problems and things that people can relate to, and it's done in a not boring way. They'll sometimes, tip their hat and nod to other well-known social things, memes of, like, they do an episode that's almost like Breakfast Club. It's really cute. It's actually one of my favorite episodes, where they all get detention, and it's, very similar. But they have, throughout this, will they, won't they, Joey and Dawson, will they, won't they, them with other people, will they grow up, how are they gonna navigate life? And so I really think this was a great show, and one that definitely has a high rewatchability factor, and in my head, rewatchability is actually very important for a really good quality show. If you can rewatch it over and over and still get stuff out of it, or still enjoy it, or not get bored. And this show came out in the 90s, and I watched it when I was allowed to, a few times since then, and I've never not been like happy with it. So it holds up pretty well, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in it, and it's entertaining with a lot of cheese and soap opera-esque stuff thrown in, which is great. Nothing too crazy like, I'm gonna shave my head because I have amnesia. Don't worry, that's not in there. But I highly recommend you go and watch it. So check out Dawson's Creek. You can stream it free on Netflix. And if you, want to leave any comments below about what you enjoyed or didn't enjoy about it, please feel free to let me know. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Jaina Solo Says. Bye.